Welcome you to Dahlberg Arena. It's the Montana Lady Grizz and the Evergreen State College Gooey Ducks. Ace Sauerwein with you sitting courtside as both teams being introduced on the floor as we get ready for the final game before the Thanksgiving holiday break. Montana will try and climb above 500 for just the second time this season. After losing on Sunday against the Minnesota Golden Gophers, they go from the Big Ten in the Golden Gophers in Minneapolis at the Barn. They return home now to take on the 0-2 NAIA representative Evergreen State. The Gooey Ducks check in 0-2, though they have played 3 games. They just lost against Division I Seattle University, and the loss will not go into the official win-loss column. It goes down as an exhibition for the Gooey Ducks. You take a look at head coach Brian Holsinger and the Lady Grizz starting 5. Montana will don the all-white uniforms with the maroon trim. Montana written across the front in maroon block lettering. Evergreen State will be in the all greens. Evergreen written across the front in white lettering. Great to have you with us from Missoula. The final stop before the Big Sky Summit League Challenge next week. Montana will get North Dakota State and South Dakota State. But first, it's the Gooey Ducks of Evergreen State, and we are underway. Evergreen State will move right to left across your radio dial as we get rolling here from Missoula. Sydney Van Ness, the senior from Lake Forest Park, gives it up top to Sackrider. Van Ness left side, swings it right now for Abby Mundy, the senior out of Auburn, Washington. Into the paint, pass was loose for a second. Sackrider pulls up with 4 to shoot, barely grazed iron on the shot, and the first possession goes for naught for Evergreen State. Montana checks in, averaging 69 points per game on offense as Alex Parag scores. She was blocked on the way up by Sackrider. Loose ball, kept alive by Montana, and they'll reload. Shot clock did not reset. Koenig hesitates, drives. Back-to-back rejections for Jalen Sackrider, the senior from Elma, Washington, making her impact felt early on. 2 blocks on 1 possession. We've played 1 minute into this game, no score. Up top, Sackrider thought about a 3. She'll step into the right elbow jumper. It rolls off the front. Adria Lincoln snags it for the Lady Grizz, averaging 2 boards per contest. The sophomore Lincoln playing in, seeing a lot more playing time this season. Danny Barsh will pop for 3. She missed it off the front of the rim. That was something the Lady Grizz struggled with mightily in that loss against Minnesota on Sunday. Lady Grizz went just 7 of 31 from deep, and they were just 1 of 6 to begin the game in the opening quarter. A missed shot will give it back to Montana here. 8:24 to go in the opening frame. The 2 teams have combined to go 0 of 6 so far from the floor. Matt Koenig, the Lady Grizz leading scorer. Now Parag. Parag catches deep. This time will not be denied. Draws contact, scores the basket. She's got a chance at a 3-point play. AP Alex Parag trying to get going early in this one. She ran into foul trouble in Minneapolis. Had foul trouble in Grand Forks as well as she hits the free throw. AP had just 3 points in the loss against the Golden Gophers. Back-to-back games with 3 points after she made 4 shots from the floor in each of her first 4 games. Free throw is good here, 3-0 Montana, 2 minutes into the quarter. Evergreen State 0-2 officially. Their season opener against St. Martin's. The offense struggled to score, and they turn it over here. 5 in the key. Turns it back to Montana. First turnover of the night. The Gooey Ducks scored just 27 points in the loss against St. Martin's to open up the year. St. Martin's was a team the Lady Grizz saw last year in the exhibition. They'll feed it to Parag again, trying to muscle in. Alex Parag was blocked for the second time tonight. That's already 3 blocks now for Jalen Sackrider. They're going to go right back to Parag. Parag to the baseline, was blocked again. 4 blocks in the opening 2.5 minutes for Sackrider. Underneath, it's Montez. Montez throws it over. The Gooey Ducks go back-to-back possessions with turnovers. Koenig will drive in. Koenig leaning away. She doesn't get the shot to fall. It's a slow start on the offensive end for the Lady Grizz. Ball shoots out of bounds, and it belongs to Evergreen State. Izzy Zingaro checks in for the Lady Grizz, appearing in her 51st game in a Lady Grizz uniform, I should say in a uniform overall, her 7th game in a Lady Grizz uniform. Has been very efficient so far, shooting 70% from the floor to begin her career at UM. Didn't get a shot against Minnesota. She guards here, but it doesn't matter. Over the top of Zingaro goes Sackrider as she scores. It's the first shot hit for Evergreen State. Lincoln was halfway down on a 3, and Sackrider tips it out. Jalen Sackrider is the leading scorer for Evergreen State, averaging 12.5 per contest. She's the leading rebounder as well with 8 boards per game. It's Montana 3, Evergreen State 2, 6:32 to go. Sackrider left up. The 3 swirls around the rim and falls off to Lincoln, who's got a pair of rebounds tonight. In transition, Bruno down the left baseline, chucks it out to Barsh. Now for Koenig, just outside the lane. Kicks it, right corner 3, Lincoln got it. Adria Lincoln, the sophomore from Monroe, Washington, had just her 3rd double-digit performance of her career, scoring 10 against Minnesota on Sunday. She had a couple of triples. She's got one here. Montana 6, Evergreen State 2. Just under 6 minutes to go in the opening frame. Off the dribble, popping for 3 was Van Ness. She missed off the front. Ball back to UM. There go the Lady Grizz. The Gooey Ducks are just 1 of 5. The Lady Grizz are now 3 of 10 on an easy layup from Danny Barsh. And that will be a timeout taken by Coach Holsinger and the Lady Grizz. And with that timeout, we will go to media timeout. 8-2 Montana, back in a flash. Montana has an 8-2 advantage over Evergreen State. 5:42 to go in the first quarter. Take a look at the 2 head coaches. Head coach Brian Holsinger on the right side for the Lady Grizz. Handing the ship, Derek Pringle in his first season with Evergreen State, a graduate of Evergreen State in the early 2000s. We resume play. Gooey Ducks moving with the basketball right to left as the left-handed floater is left short by Mundy. Ball back to Koenig. The Lady Grizz lead by 6. Avery Waddington in the game for Montana. Tyler McClimate-Call in the game for Montana and drains the 3. McClimate-Call had her best showing in a Lady Grizz uniform against North Dakota when she scored 13 points on 5 of 7 shooting. Prior to that, in her first 4 games, she had just 17 points total. In transition, Gooey Ducks looking for an easy basket, and they get one. Mikhail Montez ends up scoring. Kind of an odd full-court pass. Koenig got caught on the half-court line. The ball drifted over her, and she couldn't get back in time. Koenig with the basketball here. Pick and pop. Waddington for 3. Way left. MJ Bruno tussling for the offensive rebound, and the putback is true. Bruno, game number 82. And the Lady Grizz get it on a steal in the backcourt. Koenig, left wing 3. Too strong. Long rebound. This one corralled by Montez and the Gooey Ducks. Montana 13, Evergreen State 4. 4:18 to go. Left-handed shot off the mark for DeBerry. McClimate-Call with the contest. Ball back to Montana. Koenig moves, gives it to McClimate-Call. Looking for 3, number 2. Doesn't get it. Rattles twice off the rim and drops off. Montana 2 of 7 from downtown. Coach Holsinger in the pregame show was saying if there's one area that's been frustrating him this season, it's been just not hitting shots. Right baseline jumper was open for Sackrider. She missed it. And the ball back to Montana. The 2 teams right now shooting just 7 of 25 from the floor. McClimate-Call, pull-up free throw line jumper. It rolls around the rim and drops through. Tyler McClimate-Call, 6 points per contest. In transition, McClimate-Call in the putback got a block, but it won't count because she got called for the foul. Just 2 makes so far for Evergreen State with 3:29 to go in the first quarter. Subs coming in now. McKenna Jacobs, a freshman out of Federal Way, Washington. Checks in for Evergreen State. The free throw misses front rim. At the line right now, Allison DeBerry. Coach Pringle in his first year, looking for his first win as the head coach at Evergreen State, although tonight wouldn't count. Wins and losses don't count for NAIA schools when they play against a Division I opponent. They just lost to Seattle University their last time out, to D1 school. Honeylet Podesta just checked in for the Gooey Ducks. MJ Bruno puts one in from the left pocket. The triple is down. Bruno's got 5. The two Spokane natives of Bruno and McClimate Call, each with 5 to lead the Lady Grizz so far in offense. Each one of them right now keeping pace with Evergreen State. 18-5, Lady Grizz the advantage, under 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. Jalen Sackrider skips one up top for Blankers. Cadence Blankers looking for room. The scoop shot missed right off the window, and Danny Barsh collects the rebound. For DB, that's her first rebound today as she's trying to zero in on the all-time rebounding record at the University of Montana. McClimate Call, Barsh, Waddington. Bruno, good ball movement here from the Lady Grizz. They'll get it inside to Danny Barsh. Whips it back out and out of play. Maybe too much ball movement for the LG. Drea Wacker appears in her 4th game this season, the Melstone product. Scored her first points against Southeastern. Her family always in attendance here in Missoula. And Drea Wacker will more likely than not see more playing time. With the injury to Macy Donarski, she went down with an ankle injury in Minneapolis on Sunday. Fortunately, not a season ender as it looked ugly on the court. Waddington falls to her backside to corral the steal for the LG. Montana forces the 5th turnover of the opening quarter. Tyler McClimate Call rains down from the right corner. TMC with 8 points on 3 of 4 shooting. Great start for the Spokane product. 21-5 Montana all over Evergreen State on a Tuesday night from Missoula. Let Podesto looking for room, off-balance shot. She looked like she was going to shot fake and then ended up hoisting one. Anyways, ball back to UM. McClimate Call looking for another. She got another. She is scorching the net early on. Evergreen State has seen enough. They call timeout. Tyler McClimate Call leads the Lady Grizz to a 9-0 run on her latest triple. She's feeling it. You saw when she caught the ball, there was no hesitation. She knew what she was doing, and she strokes it from outside. 11 points for TMC. That is the first timeout of the game taken by Evergreen State. For Tyler McClimate Call now, she's had 2 double-digit points performances in the last 3 games. At 13 against UND, she's already got 11 here today. Lady Grizz are shooting 47% from the floor, and thanks to the outburst of TMC, they are shooting 50% from downtown. Alex Parag and Abby Schubert in the game. Abby Schubert, the sophomore from Casson Manorville, Minnesota. Had a homecoming against the Golden Gophers. Waddington recovers and blocks Van Ness across the baseline. 9-0 run over the past 150. It's a 13-1 run over the last 3 minutes and change. Just over a minute to go. It's all Montana. They lead by 19. Driving in, stopping, working back to the middle. Tyler McClimate Call had a hand on the basketball. It comes up top and corralled by Van Ness. 5 to shoot. Van Ness will pull up mid-range from 14 feet out. Can't get the friendly roll, and Alex Parag snags the rebound. Drea Wacker leading the charge from the point guard position. McClimate Call thought about a 3. She'll look for the better shot into Parag, and it turns out to be the right move. Alex Parag up with the right, scores. Alex Parag and Izzy Zingaro, the two forwards, the two bigs on this team, they have been scintillating so far on the offensive end this season. Those two combined are 33 for 42. They're shooting 80% combined. And the problem has been is Grea Wacker skies into the air to slap the pass out of play. The problem with the bigs, with Parag and Zingaro, has been keeping them on the floor. Izzy Zingaro didn't play basketball last year, still trying to get back into playing shape where she can take 30 minutes with ease. And Alex Parag just trying to stay out of foul trouble. Wild shot there from Van Ness, banks off the backboard. The Lady Grizz corral with the final shot of the first quarter if they elect to do so. They won't. Schubert, left corner three, too strong. She's now missed her last 5 from outside the arc. Alex Parag with the offensive rebound, they reload. Donarski will drive in. Donarski the finger roll, her second make in a Lady Grizz uniform, and that leads us to the end of the first quarter. All Montana. The Lady Grizz end the quarter on an 11-0 run. It's 28-5, headed to the second. Second quarter about to get underway here from Dahlberg Arena, Montana, with a big advantage after 10 minutes of play. It is 28-5, all Lady Grizz as we resume play here in quarter number 2. Ace Sauerwein with you from Robin Selvig Court. Montana in Evergreen State locking up tonight. Parag missed underneath the basket. It's been a good defensive showing from Jalen Sackrider. Already with 4 blocks in that first quarter, but the offense not falling right now for the Gooey Ducks. In transition, Parag wide open, missed a gimme, and then AP, she stumbles to get up. She collides with Sackrider, and everything's all right, and we'll continue on. 9:24 to go, Montana 28, Evergreen State 5. Second quarter action, Evergreen State in that first frame shot just 2 of 16. Van Ness around the three-point line, drives in, the runner falls. Sydney Van Ness the basket. She was 0 of 6 prior to that. That's her first make now. And it's the first basket of the second quarter. Waddington, a little too strong on the layup. Parag corrals the board, out to Schubert, looking to break the spell and does. Abby Schubert, dating back to Minneapolis, had gone cold from outside the arc. Schubert was 0 of 4 in Mini and then 0 of 1 today. She missed her last 5. She sinks this one 31-7. Corralling the runner, Abby Mundy drifting across the lane. Couldn't get the shot to go. It's Montana 31, Evergreen State 7. And a left corner 3 from Abby Schubert. Mid-range jumper left short. Jalen Sackrider left it short. Big shout out to Eric Elliott in transition. Avery Waddington misses, but she was fouled. Big shout out to Eric Elliott. He's our events guy here at Dahlberg Arena. I'm positioned courtside, center court. Someone behind me bringing their food over to their seat. Tripped up and may or may not just spilled some cheese on my shoulder. This is quite the night, folks. Quite the night. Eric was nice enough to bring a towel over. He was cleanup crew as Waddington hits the free throw. May or may not be being laughed at right now by Eric Elliott, but I digress. Waddington hits the free throws. 8-0 Montana run. They lead 36-7. Right angle drive, breaks put on by DeBerry, comes up top now for Sackrider. Handed back off for DeBerry, deep 3 off the dribble, nothing but net. DeBerry sinks the 3, and that wasn't an easy one either. It was a step off the three-point line. The Gooey Ducks shot just 14% from downtown coming into tonight. Zingaro just using the strength and scoring. She would not be blocked this time by Sackrider, creating separation, and Montana goes up 28. Zingaro, 6 points per contest. She was held scoreless against Minnesota. the Geoducks hit back-to-back threes to make it a 38-13 lead. Schubert left side, into the block, Zingaro, double team is there, she wrestles it away, finds Lincoln up top, shot fake, down the lane, Lincoln barrels in and one. The Monroe, Washington native Adria Lincoln scores. In that first half against Minnesota, Lincoln, you see the nice shot fake, taking the bump and scoring through the personal foul. Lincoln, though, she had a nice burst in that first half against the University of Minnesota. Hit a couple threes early on, had a couple hustle rebounds in what was otherwise a dark spot in the schedule for the Lady Grizz. Lincoln at least had a good stretch there in the first half against Minnesota. Here it is a 40-13 lead. Air ball there on the baby jumper from Mikhail Montez. Lady Grizz collect. They've hit their last 4 shots. Waddington will try and make it 5 and does. Gets to the rim and scores. Avery Waddington, her first make from the floor. The Lady Grizz shooting 52% in the contest so far. Evergreen State starting to heat up from downtown. Drea Wacker lost it on the way up, got it back. That was Van Ness, by the way, on that last triple. She's hit back-to-back shots. Ball ended up out of bounds. It belongs to Evergreen State. 43-15. Montana the advantage. Coach Holsinger keeping the intensity up. Keep their defense off the heels and trying to avoid letting off the gas here in the first half. Under 6 minutes to go, off the dribble 3, halfway down and spits out for Podestau. Koenig bounces into McCall. The entry pass was denied. Bruno there to keep it alive. Barsh is wide open in the left pocket. She'll put up the 3, missed off the rim. Danny Barsh 0 of 2 from downtown. It's been a very up and down season for Danny Barsh, especially from three-point land. Open shooter, blankers for 3, and the high arcing triple drops through. Evergreen State now with 3 made threes in this opening half, and all 3 have come in the quarter. Zingaro, good catch, good position. The shot is good, and a foul. Izzy Zingaro to the charity stripe. Zingaro now with 4. She'll look to make it 5. At the charity stripe. Good on the free throw. Excuse me, off on the free throw. No, the Lady Grizz, they were still huddled up at the Montana bench. I think they were caught off guard that Izzy Zingaro was shooting the free throw. This 3 left short again by Honeylette Podestau. For Zingaro, by the way, she's got 4 points now after the miss. She's halfway to her season high in a Lady Grizz uniform. Matt Koenig hits the layup, averaging 12.5 points per game. That was Koenig's first basket today. She is getting involved, though. She's got 3 assists to lead the team. Matt Koenig entered the road trip last week with 6 assists per game. She was 18th in the entire country in that department. The runner off the window drops through for Cadence Blankers. 27-point advantage for the Montana Lady Grizz. Koenig drives, kicks, Barsh, shot fake down the lane. Barsh gets to the rim, can't convert. Evergreen State drives, left wing 3. Montez, it rattles through. 4 triples here for Evergreen State. A team that shot just 13% from beyond the arc checking into tonight. They've gone 4 of 10. Final call, lost the ball, but gets it back standing on the Grizzly Bear logo and now makes her move. Behind the back, pull-up jumper inside the free throw line. Tyler McCall continues her red-hot night. 13 points for TMC. Ties a season high, which she had against North Dakota on Thursday. So 2 of the last 3 games now, McClimate Call with at least 13. Fadeaway right baseline jumper, off balance Van Ness couldn't convert. Montana pushes, Koenig to the 3-point line, weaves to the free throw line. Barsh at the 3-point line, left her 3 short. Zingaro the offensive board, and an easy putback, barely had to leave her feet, and Coach Holsinger calls timeout. All Montana in this one, as that brings us to our media. 51-23 from Missoula. I've never seen a team named after the Gooey Ducks, so this is a first for sure. I was told you got to go over to Harstein Island. You want to be there at low tide if you want to go, what do you call it, hunting for Gooey Ducks, looking, seeking for Gooey Ducks, digging for Gooey Ducks. Harstein Island, there you go. That's the first shot coming off the timeout, a miss for Evergreen State. Ball back to UM. Matt Koenig lost it, and a scrum for the loose ball ends up with the Gooey Ducks. It's 51-23 Montana. Lady Grizz looking to get back in the win column, headed into the Thanksgiving holiday break. Lady Grizz won't play until next Wednesday, so they'll have a little over a week off. Monday missed. Gooey Ducks shooting 28% overall. They're 4 of 10 from downtown. Speaking of downtown, Tyler McClimate Call is having herself a career day from outside the arc. 16 points. It's a new season high and a Lady Grizz high for TMC. Her career high, she scored at Stephen F. Austin, was 19 points. That did come against a Division I opponent, but Tyler McClimate Call has the chance to surpass that, needing just 4 more. .156 to go, first half. It's a 31-point Lady Grizz lead. Let Podesta miss the 3. Evergreen State shooting all right from beyond the arc. Waddington missed the shot. McClimate Call, does she have another? Yep, this time on the opposite side of the court, but she hits another. Tyler McClimate Call is on a heater here tonight. Ties a new career high with 19. Gooey Ducks looking for the match on the other end. Monday off on a 3. Number 3, Drea Wacker races down the floor. Finds Bruno. You got to find Tyler McClimate Call here, right? Instead, the drop off. Alex Parag missed the baby jumper, gets it back and scores with the left underneath. AP, 7 points. 59-23 Montana, 55 seconds to go, first half. Spinning in, coming out. Mundy now drops it up top for Jacobs, who hikes up the 3. Missed everything. Montana basketball, 43 seconds to go. Abby Schubert will check in for the final stretch of this first half. It's a 12-0 run for the Lady Grizz. Wacker around a screen. Wacker had it ripped away as she was trying to rise. Allison DeBerry. 6 seconds separate the game and shot clock. 59 points in the opening half for the Lady Grizz, the most points in a half this season. As Evergreen State drains the clock. I think the band faked out Allison DeBerry. The band was counting down the shot clock as if it was at 0 when she still had 8 to shoot. Credit to the band on that one. Nice job. 9 seconds to go. Wacker had it taken away, and the strip and score from Honey Let Posado ends the first half. We go into the break. Still up big for the Montana Lady Grizz, 59-25 from Dahlberg Arena. We take a look at the Big Sky Conference preseason poll now. It's brought to you by DPHHS. Montana picked just behind the rivals, Montana State. The Bobcats off to a really good start. Their lone loss this season only against Utah, a very sturdy Big 12 team. The Cats are 4-1 after Sunday. The Lady Grizz check in number 2. And we take a look at our Student Athlete Spotlight. It's brought to you by First Security Bank. They're a proud supporter of Grizz basketball and all Grizz student athletes. We understand what it takes to achieve the highest levels of success, and First Security Bank is honored to be a part of Grizz Nation. Go Grizz. It's Tyler McClimate-Call. She is our Student Athlete of the game, and why wouldn't she be? She's already set a new Lady Grizz high for herself. She's got 19 points. She had 13 just a couple days ago. She's been on a tear. Tyler McClimate-Call, our Student Athlete of the game, brought to you by First Security Bank. Second half action ready to roll here from Missoula, the only Big Sky Conference team in action tonight. Lady Grizz against the Gooey Ducks. Evergreen State will get the ball first, moving left to right. Here at Robin Selvig Court, and we are back underway. Evergreen State found some success from outside the arc in that second quarter. Still trailing big in this one, but had 4 threes. Loose ball right out of the gates. It Plinko's over to the lap of the sack rider, and we continue on. Pull-up jumper just inside the arc, barely grazed the net. Sydney Van Ness off. Matt Coding scanning the floor, looking. Instead, will now fire to MJ Bruno. Open 3, missed off the left. Parag fighting for an offensive rebound. Bruno scoots in to rip it away. Held ball will give it here to Montana. Possession arrow keeps it with the Lady Grizz. We're on milestone watch right now for a couple players. Danny Barsh will be all season trying to break the all-time rebounding number. She has a chance to break the record set by Holly Tyler, who's got 952 career rebounds. Danny Barsh enters today with 727. Adria Lincoln fouled on the way up. Lincoln will have 2 shots here at the line. Lincoln 5 of 6 at the charity stripe. On the season, hits this one here to make it a 60-25 UM lead. Lincoln hits the second. It'll be a nice week off for Montana. This is their 7th game in November. Lady Grizz in their program's history, they've never played more than 7 games. They've never played more than 6 games prior to this season in the month of November. Montez off the mark on a 16-foot jumper. Koenig weaving the other way. Dishes to Danny Barsh, who moves right now down the lane, just outside. Fires out to Lincoln. Lincoln will swing it left for Bruno up top. High bullet pass inside. Parag snags it and scores to her right. Alex Parag is up to 9 points. Her 4th field goal today. AP now with 4 field goals in 5 of her 7 games this season. Nice answer on the other end. Jalen Sackrider goes up with it and scores. Barsh, the trailer, catches. She'll go down the paint, find Lincoln up top. Lincoln will follow suit, whip it back out to Bruno. Bruno drives, shot put off the window, drops through for 2. Bruno's got 7 points and 6 rebounds for MJ Bruno. Nice showing for the senior. Playing in her 82nd career game, up over 340 career points. Good defense here to back DeBerry back out to the 3-point line. Inside Montez, outside for Van Ness. 7:50 to go, 3rd quarter, 8 seconds to shoot for the Gooey Ducks. Tough shot there. Gail Montez took some contact and shot one on a laser off the window and scored from a few feet out. 65-29 Montana. Lady Grizz have done a good job moving the ball around. Lincoln will pop for 3. Left it short. Danny Barch glides in for the rebound. DB, that's her 5th rebound today. Ball ends up out of play, and it belongs to the Gooey Ducks. Danny Barsh now needs 218 rebounds to surpass the all-time record held by Holly Tyler. It was possible coming in. Now, she needed a lot, but after putting up 342 rebounds a season ago, it was very plausible for Danny Barsh to actually hit that mark. She just had another rebound here on a loose ball. She'll try her hand at a left wing three. Missed it left. Danny Barsh 0 of 4 from downtown. She's been streaky from beyond the arc. 5 threes against Southeastern, 5 threes against North Dakota last week. Then against Gonzaga, Cal Poly, and Washington, she went 0 of 5. Against Minnesota, she was 2 of 6. So a little bit of everything from Danny Barsh shooting the ball. Right side, DeBerry tried to thread one back into the middle. It rolls through to Lincoln, and the Gooey Ducks turn it over. 6th turnover today for Evergreen State. Koenig again, Danny Barsh again. This time knocks down the three, and she claps her hands together, kind of gave a prayer signal up like, thank God I just hit that three. I think Danny Barsh felt some relief there. Coach Holsinger felt some relief as well. He had a big round of applause for Danny Barsh, as that will send us to immediate timeout as Evergreen State calls timeout. All Montana, 6:21 to go, third quarter. Shout out to the band showing up tonight. Of course, always a big thank you to them anytime they come out to Dahlberg Arena. It is Montana 68, Evergreen State 29. Ace Sauerwein with you from Robin Selvig Court. Lady Grizz well on their way to moving back over 500. Be the second time this season. They were 3-2 after the win against North Dakota. The loss to the Golden Gophers brought them back to even, and now looking for their 4th win of the year. Firing a three coming off the Evergreen State timeout was Montez. She was off the mark. Lady Grizz basketball, 6 minutes to go. Matt Koenig spins in and scores with the left. Koenig's second make from the floor. 4 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists. Steady across the box score for Matt Koenig. Koenig last week against North Dakota eclipsed 700 career points. She's a 3 away from the 100th in her Lady Grizz career. Avery Waddington strips the ball away. Evergreen State turns it over for the 6th time today. Into Parag. The ball falls off the rim, doesn't drop. Out to Matt Koenig looking for number 100. Hit the back rim, and it comes out. DeBerry in transition, finds Mundy. Mundy right angle drive, left-handed hook goes. Drifting to her left, Abby Mundy scores her first bucket today. Halfway through this third quarter, Montana 70, Evergreen State 31. Abby Schubert catch and shoot three, quick release off the nose. Ball back to Evergreen State. 23rd triple attempt of the ball game for the Lady Grizz. Rolling was Jacobs, caught along the baseline. Will dribble out to the short corner, and he'll reset up top with DeBerry. 7 seconds to shoot for the Gooey Ducks. Right side, onto the baseline, just having to hoist one up at the end of the shot clock. It hit the side of the backboard. Montana basketball with 4:26 to go, and that will lead us to our next media timeout. All Lady Grizz 70-31 from Dahlberg Arena. Evergreen State comes into Missoula. Won't count as an official loss with 4:26 to go in the third quarter. They trail 70-31. Ace Sauerwein with you here from Missoula. Been a very balanced effort for Montana, except for that one, Tyler McClimate call. She's got 19, scored all 19 in the first half. This is actually her first appearance on the floor in half number 2. She's joined by Waddington, Schubert, Blacker, and Zingaro. TMC with the basketball here. Stops, looking for room, fires out. Waddington hoists the three, left it short. A loose ball collected by Zingaro. Waddington thought about another three. Instead, she'll drive. Nice drop to Zingaro. Avery Waddington has impressed as a freshman. Heck, she'd be impressing right now for a sophomore, a junior, a senior. She has been great this season for the Lady Grizz. 4 points and a couple of assists. She found Izzy Zingaro. Easy basket for Zingaro, who just continues to shoot at an insane amount. She's almost 80% on the entire season right now. Foul going on Montana, stopping the clock with 3:42 to play in the third. These will be just the third and fourth free throw attempts for the Gooey Ducks. Free throw is up and good for Jalen Sackrider. Coach Holsinger, despite TMC scoring 19, can always be, it's never perfect, right? Going over some instructions with Tyler McClimate-Call. Second free throw is missed, but the Gooey Ducks had the offensive rebound and an illegal screen set on Sackrider just outside the super box. Waddington at the point. Right side drive just blew by the defender. No chance for Jacobs to slow down Avery Waddington, the freshman from Coeur d'Alene. Played her high school ball at Lake City High, where she scored over 1,000 points. You saw why there. The quick burst of speed, the good size, 6'3". The wingspan is there. Avery Waddington could be a complete package at the college level, harassing Evergreen State here. Nearly came up with a steal. 2:55 to go. Montana right now up by 42. That shot off the mark for Podestau. McClimate-Call, transition three, left. Just the second miss from the floor for Tyler McClimate-Call. She was trying to salvage the possession. Went for the steal, couldn't do so. Held off by Blankers. Mundy drives. Circus shot goes over Waddington. Tough finish for Abby Mundy. 4 points for the senior out of Auburn, Washington. Transfer from Green River College. Wacker finds McClimate-Call. Passes up the three. Goes into the floater. Point blank range, and it's good. Lead is back to 42 as we have 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. Montana 76 points right now. They're well on their way to a high as Drea Wacker shut down the shot at the rim. Wacker let Mundy get behind her, but Drea recovered, and that was a vicious rejection. Adria Lincoln back in the game and seeing her first action in a Lady Grizz uniform. Kiki Lene out of New Zealand. We welcome Kiki to Montana Lady Grizz lore. Number 22 checks in for the first time. There you see her. Got to be a nervous feeling for Kiki Lene checking into her first game. Well, maybe not. Turns into points here. 78-34 with $1:25 to go. In transition the other way, jumper missed, and Lincoln there for the board. So Lene, her first shot in a Lady Grizz uniform, and she gets points the first time around. She finds the assist to Zingaro this time. Kiki Lene doing all sorts of things right now in the offense, and she gets called for the foul. 5'9" freshman from Christchurch, New Zealand, a graduate of St. Andrews College back in New Zealand. Coming a long way from New Zealand to Missoula. Zingaro comes in, forces the miss on the drive. Ball spins into the hands of Lincoln. Under a minute to go, and a foul called on Podestau in Evergreen State. 6-0 run by Montana, spurred on by Kiki Lene. Her first appearance in a Lady Grizz uniform. See if they can't get Chloe Larson in the game. Lene a little overzealous as she caught the ball. She travels with it, and there's maybe some of those nerves. Chloe Larson, a Missoula Hellgate product, still waiting for her first time to check in the game as an LG. We haven't seen Lauren Dick, who's a different Hellgate product. Sack Rider hits the shot on the other end. Montana 80, Evergreen State 36, 28 seconds to go, third quarter. Lauren Dick has appeared in games in the last 2 seasons, hasn't played yet this year. Schubert, catch and shoot three on the handoff, missed everything. Abby Schubert is now 2 for her last 10 from downtown, usually lethal from beyond the arc. Shot clock is off for the Gooey Ducks. 8 seconds to go. Blankers behind the back, guarded by Lene. Skips one to the opposite wing, caught by Van Ness. The floater at the buzzer sinks. There's a bright spot for Evergreen State as they end the third quarter on a high note. But this one's all Lady Grizz. They lead 80-38, headed to the final frame. Evergreen State with the basketball, moving left to right in the all-green uniforms. Montana in the home whites, right to left. Ace Sauerwein with you, Robin Selvig Court. We start our fourth quarter of play. Last time the Lady Grizz are in action. Tough shot there on the opening goings of this fourth quarter. Turnaround Jalen Sack Rider. Up to double digits. First Gooey Duck into double digits today. Zingaro just bumping down low. She just kept pushing Sack Rider off and ends up getting just enough separation and scoring. Izzy Zingaro is 6 of 6 today. Sack Rider tried her hand at a three. It ended up in the lap of Zingaro. In transition, Lincoln hit on the way up, a late whistle, but a foul is called. And Adria Lincoln will take a couple attempts at the line. Izzy Zingaro hasn't missed many shots. Coming into today, she was 13 of 17. She's now 6 of 6. Do the math. She's up to 19 for 23 on the year. Lincoln at the line, buries the first. She hits the second as well. (19 of 23, by the way. Had to pull out the old pocket calculator. 83%. Just astounding stuff so far from Izzy Zingaro. Lady Grizz lead 84-40 here tonight. Slipping on the floor was Sack Rider, and she slipped because she was pushed. Foul going, and looks like it is going to be in the act of shooting. And disregard. It's on the ground. Tall order today for Evergreen State. They had just 8 players suited up. Right baseline jumper rattles through for McKenna Jacobs, the freshman out of Federal Way, Washington. Her first bucket today. With just 8 players against a very good Lady Grizz team, that is always going to be tough. Izzy Zingaro, her first miss. All right, I feel partial to blame on that miss. Jacobs, this is the high arcing 16-foot jumper. Back to Montana, 8:29 to go in the game. Schubert lines up the three. That one's down. Abby Schubert trying to get it going from beyond the arc. Schubert, the sophomore's got 9 points. She's got 3 triples here tonight. Of her 37 shots, 33 of them this season have come from beyond the arc, and she snags the rebound here. Outlet pass Lincoln, easy basket on the other end. 89-42, Montana has already set a season high in points with 89. Does come against a non-Division I opponent, Evergreen State out of the NAIA ranks. Cascade Collegiate Association. And the Gooey Ducks turn it over for the 9th time tonight. Van Ness had her foot on the sideline. That's a nice round of applause for the Missoula native, Chloe Larson. She checks in for the first time in her Lady Grizz career. She has played on this floor before. She played in the Golden Goat last season, played in the state tournament here on Robin Selvig Court as well. So this is at least a familiar setting for Chloe Larson, the Hellgate Knight. Two firsts tonight for the Lady Grizz. You see Chloe Larson, number 12. Kiki Elene, number 22. And now everybody on the Lady Grizz roster has seen collegiate action. Still waiting to get Emmy Greenslade back into the mix. Elene drives, missed a gimme, a little too strong. Elene gets the ball back though, forces the turnover and scores. She salvages the possession, 91-42 Montana. Lady Grizz last year hit the century mark against Dickinson State. They actually had a program best, 118 points against the Blue Hawks. I don't think they'll get to 118, not here tonight. They'll need a Herculean effort to get there at 91 points with 6:50 to go. It was a 7-0 run before that last jumper dropped through. That was Blankers. Schubert left wing 3. Missed off the front. It caroms out and it's scooped up by Van Ness. 6:32 to go. Montana 91, Evergreen State 44. The next time out will be next Wednesday, so 8 days from now. Drea Wacker got called for a foul to stop play. Next Wednesday, though, the Lady Grizz are back in Fargo. Last week on Thursday, they had to at least fly into Fargo and then bus up to Grand Forks to play the Fighting Hawks. They'll be in Fargo next Wednesday, playing North Dakota State. We'll be at Shields Arena, where the season came to an end last year in the WNIT. Shot put off the window. Montez scores for the Gooey Ducks. It'll be North Dakota State as Drea Wacker accelerates to the hole, pinned the ball up against her hip, nearly lost it, ended up scoring in spectacular fashion. Quick trigger 3 on the other end. Van Ness off the mark, ball back to UM. Drea Wacker with 4 points. She can be so electric with the basketball, still trying to get back to full speed as she loses it here, spinning in. Again, this is just her 4th game that she's played in over 3 years. Had to redshirt the first 2. Left wing 3 drops through. Sydney Van Ness. Drea Wacker, though, she is a Montana legend. At the high school rank, she scored 2,000 career points. She was a 5-time All-State performer at Melstone. As Lene drives, Lene scores. Timeout, Montana. More on Drea Wacker on the other side of the break. All Montana tonight. 95 points so far for the Montana Lady Grizz. They are about to enter the top 10 for most points in a game all time. Welcome back our radio audience as well. So I misspoke before. The all-time record is 108 points, not 118, 108. They had 108 last year against Dickinson State. They've scored 96 twice against Gonzaga back in 1990 and then 96 against Idaho back in 1987. So one more point, they would get into the top 10. And they have 5 minutes to do so. It's interesting. You think that a lot of the top 10 games and team points for the Lady Grizz, you would think that a lot of them would be non-Division I opponents, but that's not the case. Only 2. Dickinson State last year and then MSU Northern back in 2019 when they scored 98. Chloe Larson looking for her first points in a Lady Grizz uniform. We'll give it up to Abby Schubert, who drives and kicks. Waddington thought about a 3. She'll drive, flips to the corner. Schubert shot fake, sidestep 3, got it. Filthy from Abby Schubert. 98 points now, tied for 7th most all time. They are record chasing. here against Evergreen State tonight. 4:15 to go. The Gooey Ducks, this will not go down as a loss. They'll still be 0-2 after tonight, so no harm, no foul, at least in the record books for Evergreen State. Missing the left leaner was Sydney Van Ness. Under 4 minutes to go. 3 more points would pull him into 5th all-time at 101. Waddington misses the floater, trying to keep it alive. A tie-up is called. Possession arrow keeps it with UM. I love in these scenarios, you try and get the ball to Chloe Larson, see if she can't score her first points. Kiki Lene, she already scored her first bucket in her collegiate career. Larson has it here. Browse it to Tyler McClimate-Call. McClimate-Call, the only senior on the floor, dumps it off to Parag, who was blocked. Abby Mundy got a piece of it. Lady Grizz remain at 98 points, sniffing that century mark. Scoop shot from DeBerry, falls off. Montana basketball, 3:24 to go. A bucket here would get him to 100. Schubert, the handles again, backs up. This time will let Larson take a crack at it. Chloe Larson stops in the free throw line. McClimate-Call into Parag, who catches, goes up in one motion, couldn't hit the shot, loose ball. It belongs to Evergreen State, and now injured at insult. Parag inadvertently caught Mundy on the left eyebrow. See, she's in some pain right now. I think the officials saw it. They're just letting her walk down the floor. They're giving her the thumbs up. You okay? She says, yep, I'm good. Couple subs here for Montana. It'll be Lene and Wacker. Kiki's first name actually Kavana. Goes by Kiki. Hopefully she's got some family back in New Zealand watching this one tonight. Down the baseline, Lene called for the foul. It's actually 4:30 p.m. in New Zealand. That's a doable start time. Game started about an hour and a half ago. Mid-afternoon on a Tuesday. I'm sure a lot of Kiki's family blowing off work right now to watch their New Zealander play her first minutes at the collegiate ranks. Exactly 3 minutes to go. Montana with 98 points. A couple of missed free throws, but an offensive board kept alive for the Gooey Ducks. Right elbow jumper off the mark for Van Ness. I will miss saying Gooey Ducks over and over on the broadcast, that's for sure. Chloe Larson, right corner three, missed everything. Out of bounds it goes. A foul underneath going on Evergreen State. Chloe's first shot of her NCAA career. Had a smirk, as if to say, well, that wasn't my best showing. Hey, it only goes up from here, right, Chloe? Air ball of three on your first shot. McClimate-Call, throw hops through, and she's fouled. TMC hasn't scored this half. She had 19 in the first half. Hits the first. That ends the 2-minute scoring drought for Montana. She goes 2 of 2. The Lady Grizz have done a great job at the line. We got 9 of 10, now 10 of 11. Over 90%. The runner from Van Ness rolls off. Montana, by the way, with that last free throw, they're up to 100 points. They break the century mark. Chloe Larson passed up a three. The crowd didn't want her to. Drea Wacker missed with the left-handed scoop. Just the 7th time in Lady Grizz history they have reached 100 points. 6th most, actually, excuse me, 7th most with 100 points right now. Van Ness hits the shot here for the Gooey Ducks. Wacker with the handles was bumped at half court. Foul will send Drea Wacker to the charity stripe. So with 1:54 to play, Lady Grizz at least will flirt with the single game record of 108 points. They'll need to score quite a bit here. Wacker does her part. She hits the shot. Missing the second free throw. Lady Grizz have scored. Foul on the other end on Waddington. Free throws coming up here for Evergreen State. So 101 points, tied for 5th most. Lady Grizz put up 101 against the Cats back in 2008. How great would that be? That had to be a heck of a day for Montanans, putting up 101 on your arch rival. They also scored 101 against Oregon back in 1991. They need 3 more points to move into 4th all-time for most points in a single game. 1:44 to go. 101-53 Montana, well on their way to 4-3 overall. Tyler McClimate-Call spins in. Tyler McClimate-Call flails upwards, and a foul called with 1:32. Wacker was slapping for the basketball. She had an open look on the left side. McClimate-Call took it herself. Up over 20 points is Tyler McClimate-Call. Trying to add on. She does just that. Tyler McClimate-Call sets a career high tonight. Not done yet either. She adds 2 more. TMC with a robust 25-point performance. 5 rebounds, 5 triples. 1:23 to go. Montana now has 103 points. Errant 3 put up by Blankers. Wacker across the timeline will take it in, drops it off. Waddington, easy bucket. 105 for the Lady Grizz. Tied for 2nd most all time. They need 4 to break the record, 3 to tie it. They set that record last season. Off the mark 3, Van Ness. Board to Montana. I mean, you're this close. You might as well push for 109, right? You need 2 scores. Waddington to the corner. Wacker the 3. Barely grazed iron. Chloe Larson dishes. Tyler McClimate-Call spins it in. 107 for the Lady Grizz. They're 1 off the all-time mark, 2 from tying a record. Although looking up at the clock, I don't know. I think we're running out of time, folks. 9 seconds separate the game and shot clock. I got to think if Montana gets it back, Coach Holsinger might be content with letting this one drain away. Van Ness the 3, stops the clock with 25 seconds. All right, moment here. What does Coach Holsinger do? What does he indicate? And he says hold it. He says hold it. You think I could maybe yell across the way and try and get him to score 1 more bucket? Nah, it doesn't look so. Final score from Missoula, Montana 107, Evergreen State 56. We'll hear from Coach Holsinger after the break.